I didn't stop it. We'll see. Hello. What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday night, so it's time to get back into it. Week 11 fantasy football, doing it fantasy football Fruit Loop style. And the one going down the rabbit hole with me again, always the one, the only, Snap Uzi. What's good today, brother?
I'm doing great because I won in your league at least. Even though I made a grave error. Did you see what I did?
I did not. What happened?
Right before the game, I just like to add players that I think like in the off chance someone gets hurt, right? So I had Hines. I'm like, maybe Hines. Like I just back up running back, put him on the bench just in case. Except when I added him to the team, I accidentally put him as active. But luckily I took it. Why? It's not even luckily. Williams scored a ton of points. Like I took out Damian Williams and put in Hines, and Williams went off for like 22 points.
Why would you?
I got lucky. I didn't mean to. I clicked when it asks you to put him on the bench and stuff. I just put it in the. I got so lucky. I was so stressed about it, and it was right before the game, like a minute before the game, so I couldn't even change it.
Wow, that's just crazy. What's up, Christian Oles? I see you out there. You playing some fantasy football? You getting it in this? Year? How's your record doing? Oh man, yep, got another win. Sitting at 9-1. Not feeling too shabby. Life is good, but I am actually picked to lose this week. They haven't, but I have a lot of my teams to lose weekend. I was supposed to lose in my other league last week, and I smashed it. Oh, it was amazing. Right. Back on the run. Oh man, I don't know why I was feeling so frisky, but I'm in this Yahoo Survivor League or whatever, just for fun. And I don't know why, just felt like going on a flyer. And you don't even have to pick all the teams. I mean, there's only a certain amount of games through fantasy, right? So you're not even going to end up using all the teams. And I decide to pick a team that has not won a game yet for the Survivor League. Absolutely picked the Lions and came so close. But in that thing, they consider a tie a win, so I still got the win. But it would have been so much sweeter if they would have actually just done it. Like, that would have been the just pick of the year.
So statistically speaking, picking the Lions or the Browns is, well, not the Lions because they lose too much, but the Browns, statistically speaking, they get a lot of ties. So that's got to be like a plus in the plus column. They win plus they tie.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I guess usually I would think in something gambling, probably because it's free, but something like that, they'd be like, "Nope, you got to win." But no, they're like,
right.
Hi, you're a winner. I was like, oh, it felt good, but it would have felt even sweeter if I just felt like they were going to do it. Like no Big Ben, and they've been on the cusp so often, and they just Goff. I don't know. He forgot how to pass. When did that happen?
Yeah, his second year in the NFL. I don't know.
Unbelievable. And speaking of unbelievable, there's been all kinds of unbelievable this week, as usual. Just what a crazy year. But in one of my other leagues in NFL, they had a big glitch in the system, and the waivers hadn't processed yet. And if you don't have it set up, it'll just, if you don't have something extra on your waiver and somebody else gets one of your first waivers, then it'll just pass you by. So I was putting in a backup kicker, like my fourth waiver thing, was putting in a backup, and all of a sudden it goes, "You have successfully added a player." With all three of my other waivers saying waivers still pending, I was flipping out. I was like, if I don't if I don't get my first couple waivers, I'd have lost my mind.
Well, that happens because it processes claims that don't take waiver priority first. So that's how generally, I don't know about ESPN or NFL, but Yahoo does it that way. It processes non-waivered claims first. So if nobody else is trying to get that player, then you'll just pick them up right away, and then it goes through waiver priorities and
that's weird.
And all that.
I don't know how to work Reddit or never get on Reddit, but the manager, because I typed something in, I was like, "Yo, I better not lose my stuff," and then he texted me back a Reddit post saying there was some kind of glitch in the matrix or something like that went down. So I guess it wasn't just our league, but yeah, I was flipping out, dude. So I won't be doing that again. It's like, I don't know. That was just weird. Because I did end up, finally it processed a few hours later than usual, because usually I think it's right at midnight on that one. And I think it did it like around 6 or something. So it was like 5-6 hours late. But it was crazy. Crazy. Oh, Christian Oles says I'm in 3 leagues, 2 will make the playoffs. Really, you already know? It's like I'm 9-1 and I'm still not guaranteed. It's like the other one, I'm gonna be the guy with the sign on the busy street corner.
Dude,
man.
I'm with you.
Not bad.
I'm with you. I'll make the playoffs in 4 leagues, probably. Right now, I'm in the playoffs. In my 1 league, with my highest score above all of them, as far as like comparison to all the other teams, in that league, bottom of the barrel, as always. And it's a 10-team league. It drives me nuts. Like, I have such high points, but it's like I'm always playing the superstar. But I definitely have something to talk about this week. We have some controversy. I'm just wondering, like, have you had to deal with like collusion in any of your leagues?
Oh, dude, yeah, I have big time. And
There's
it's the freaking commish doing it, which is just crushing.
Dude, to be fair, it was the commissioner doing it. There was 2 things. One was a ridiculous trade. A husband and wife were trying to trade players, Joe Burrow for Melvin Gordon, to make where the girl was getting Melvin Gordon because she was closer. She's like up to she wasn't getting Melvin Gordon. She was getting Joe Burrow, and this is a 2 quarterback league valuable. It's not
okay.
It's for a league. This is quarterbacks are valuable here. And she is in like 5th place, but he is in 11th place, right? So that naturally that got vetoed, right? Everybody vetoed that. But then people get on the veto train, right? And in this valuable quarterback league, my brother-in-law texted me like, "Hey, did you see this trade between Jordan or no? Well, doesn't matter. Your dad and Josh. That's who it was." And he's like, he's trading Devontae Adams for Derek Carr. That's who it was. Devontae Adams for Derek Carr. Because my dad's team had 1 quarterback in a 2 quarterback league, and that quarterback was Rudolph. That was it. And then he texted a bunch of people about it and got it vetoed. To me, where you're in a 2 quarterback league, having 2 quarterbacks is more valuable than having the best receiver in the league. As far as points go, Devontae Adams had 164 points in that league. Derek Carr had 198. So points-wise, it's a smart trade. It's pretty even. You are losing a top wide receiver, but my dad's team also has he's like in 3rd place, but only by record. He has a terrible score. So if he loses 2 games, he drops down to like 9th place. Like, that's how bad his score is.
Right.
And he's only up there. So he can't afford to lose a game to wait for Ben Roethlisberger to come back, because that's his he just picked up Rudolph. So he can't afford to lose any games. And then the whole league vetoes this trade that's pretty even as far as
they're looking at it like it's exactly like the other trade, a quarterback for one of those half running backs.
No, their problem with it was that the other guy, Josh, he has a good team, except for he doesn't have like a great wide receiver. He has good wide receivers, but it doesn't have a great one. But he has great running backs. I think he has like Austin Eckler and I don't know. He has a good everywhere. 2 quarterbacks. Both his quarterbacks are good. Good tight end, good wide receivers. And he's really good.
Him just out of spite, so he didn't get better.
Right, to make that team not. I just don't think it's fair because that team will be too good. And I'm like, that's kind of some bullshit.
Yeah, that is. That's why I hate vetoes, man. I mean, unless it is like just atrocious collusion going on, I'll let it go. I don't veto anything. It's like, hey, if you're an idiot and you make a bad trade, you make a bad trade. Now, if you're like a bottom tier guy and you have no reason and no choice, I mean, I don't know. Those guys still want to be competitive too, though. So, I mean, even that one, unless it's like, again, atrocious, and that's why they have a cutoff date. Because that way, I mean, if people are just out of it, they have no business trading or doing anything, it kind of shuts all that down. But
I think if you get like busted in a collusion, the team should get taken out of the league. Like you shouldn't even be in the running. Like that, it shouldn't be
that's just like cheating.
Vote on veto. Right. You should be taken out of the league. Like you lose your money. Like you cheat. Like the girl and her husband. That's blatant cheating. Melvin Gordon for Joe Burrow is not even close.
Quarterback league. Actually, I mean, I wouldn't even veto that in a regular league, but a 2-quarterback league, it makes all the difference in the world because it's so much more valuable.
The bonuses in this league are crazy for quarterbacks because it's quarterback focused. Right. It's like 5 points at 300 yards, 10 points like on top of that 5-point bonus at 350, and 15 points on 10 points at 400 because yards wise, because it's focused that way. So Joe Burrow in that league has like 200 and something points, 280 points, some ridiculous number.
Yeah,
but
he's a good quarterback.
The other guy is so terrible. Like her husband is so terrible. He has no other players aside from Joe Burrow that he loses. He's like in last place or second to last place.
Right.
So
he's just trying to help the wifey win to get that money.
Right. So that ridiculous. One, I would be about taking both of them out of the league. Say, you guys cheated. I'm not doing like vote. I don't like votes to veto. That's my whole point. But there is a reason for it to be necessary, right? Like, right. So I don't think you should vote to veto the trade. What it should be a vote, like, you think this trade is so bad that it constitutes collusion and both teams lose, they don't get to play anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just how close is everybody? Are they all friends? Is it a family league? There's all kinds of weird stuff. But, yeah, as far as that goes, it's just kind of weird. And you always got to keep one eye open anyway when it's a husband-wife in the same league or boyfriend-girlfriend, whatever.
Oh, yeah. And my brother-in-law is the worst. Dude, he controls my sister's team, and he has 2 teams. Like, exactly. Essentially, he has 2 teams, and he will not waver against himself. Like, they will not go for the same player.
And know right there. I mean, going into it that it's going to be like that. What's up, JD and Peter Griffin? I see you guys out there.
That's cheating as it is. If you won't, if you won't go waivers against each other, nah, man. That shit irritates me.
Yeah, that's your family league. What are you going to do? Nothing you can do about it.
I get so pissed about it.
Oh, it's rough.
And he was trying to get me to veto it. That was the thing that got me. Dude, don't get me involved in your crap. I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. But nobody cares about our leagues. They just want to know that we want to get into the regular football. And shout out to Jacoby Myers finally finding the end zone, breaking the longest active wide receiver streak to not have scored. It only took 798 days, 135 catches with over 1,500 receiving yards to find the end zone. Welcome to the club, Jacoby Myers. That was kind of cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was cool that I kind of got forced to start him, and he did it for me. So thanks, bud.
Speaking of forced to start it looks like Peter Griffin was forced to start some Antonio Gibson, and it ended up getting him a win in his league. Hey, what do you think about that? Like I said, I called it earlier where he was getting beat up. It was worse and worse. I mean, he wasn't scoring anything. He had a week off. Looks like that 10 days helped. He came out and just blew up on a monster, but is that sustainable? I mean, isn't it just going to start dwindling right back down? I say Antonio Gibson's like a sell high right now.
I'm sticking with him. Whatever. Like, that was against the Bucs. Although, like, the Bucs can be hit and miss with their run defense.
Yeah, we saw that with Chicago. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man, Cam Newton's back. What kind of production can we expect from my man moving forward for the rest of the season?
If you already didn't have to deal with Hubbard, dude, how about McCaffrey doesn't make it in the end zone? He gets stopped like the 1 yard line, and then Cam Newton gets the touchdown. What kind of bullshit is that? Like, that's me getting mad. I was like, all right, McCaffrey's back in. He's still, he still scored points. Like, McCaffrey still did it, but that 6 extra points would have helped.
Oh, it could have. Throwing Chubbs right back in if he's healthy. Yeah. Got to get Chubbs back in the line. He hasn't been cleared off COVID, but I mean, yeah, if Chubb's in, of course, 100% you're putting him in.
Right. Plus, he gets more rest for that, hammy.
Oh man, I got to tell you, I think that's my pick of the week. You saw Cam out there; he's up there taking selfies in the after interview. I mean, he's hugging. I went up and snatched Robbie Anderson off the waiver wires, and they have him booked for like 4 points. I think he is going to blow up. Cam is just letting you know with all these selfie pics and hugs that he's going back to what he knows, and what he knows is some Robbie Anderson routes. I think Robbie Anderson's going to have a monster game this week. That's my pick of the week.
DJ Moore out there, like, damn it.
Got to get it. Christian O's Titans win again without Henry and Julio. Woo, Shanahan still owns McVay. Yeah, Packers D actually playing really good. They are playing very good. Absolutely.
How about that? Come on. Now, finally, Tennessee's getting some respect from announcers, so they're going to blow it. Like, that's the thing. They're like, oh, Tennessee's like the most dominant team right now. I'm like, shut up, man.
You're gonna jinx it.
Just keep saying, like, oh, they're only playing Tennessee. Like, yeah. Tennessee's looking good, so it looks like – never mind. I'm not even going to say nothing.
Oh, my man, Peter Griffin's feeling it. I think Robbie available right now in my league. Maybe I'll snag him on a DJ Hunch. I'm telling you, man, he's not interviewing with my man and then grabbing him and taking selfies and putting it out on social media and hugging. When he was up there hugging, who's the first person he ran and hugged after he got to the sideline? Robbie Anderson. I mean, I don't know, man. I think he's letting us know everything we need to know, man. You heard it here first. Robbie Anderson's about to blow up.
Well, you already know, like, the touchdown, like the pass, who to go to.
You know what I mean? What more do we need? What more do we need? He's trying to let you know, go out and grab my man because shit's about to change. And Robbie Anderson, when he was with Cam, was an elite talent. So I mean, better. I mean, yeah, Jerry Jeudy, like it's gonna be sick. Speaking of Jerry Jeudy, is he gonna have his blowout game? Is he just slowly getting better and better? Or is he like? I don't know. Are they just too crippled out there with Teddy B not throwing the ball where he needs to? What's going on out there in Denver?
Oh, I think Judy's going to have a big game this week. That's my prediction. I think he's going to do it.
You think this is the Jerry Jeudy week where he blows up and just absolutely owns it?
Right.
Our man Christian Nola says, you guys think the Panthers can make the playoffs? Absolutely. Why not? I mean, it's kind of a crazy season. There's so many injuries, so many crazy things going down. What do you think, Andy?
Their defense is all right. And as I always say, defense wins championships. Like, yeah, if you got a strong defense, that's what matters.
Speaking of championships, our man Andy over here says that he can't pick them. And in our little in our channel league here, I just barely broke even and went 7-7, which was just sick because I won the first 5 games. I was like, oh, I'm going to crush this week. And then end up losing the last 6 games. So what? That was nuts. So, yeah, I went 7-7. Our man Andy wins this week with 8-6 right picks. And Jake tied with me, 7-7. And, for once, Peter Griffin's bringing up the tail end of it with 6-8. Peter Griffin finally having a tough week.
So to be fair, none of that was not great for anybody.
Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, 7-7, 8-6, 7-7, 6-8. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. Two of us barely breaking even. You're just over the hump, and Peter off. So with Peter in it, since Peter's been in it, he's 46-24. I'm 42-28. Jake's staying with me at 42-28, and Andy's caught back up this week with another one with 40-30. So you're only a couple games back from the middle of the pack.
Well, to be fair, if I was legit and would pick for my team, I would be doing better. But I like to stay happy.
Yeah, we've had some kind of crazy picks, just kind of going backwards on what the other ones picked. So that's been a little wild. Oh, the Dragon. We have some of the best wide receivers in the league. Yeah, man. I mean, you just got to get Teddy B on track. I don't know if he's just been hurt or dinged up or what, but he needs to get a little more on target, man. Because I know.
Yeah, last week he looked bad. Like, I never thought he looked bad throwing the ball out there. But, man, some of them passes just look bad.
How does that sports book work out there, Jake? Would I have since I picked the Lions to win and they tied? Would they have just pushed and given me my money back, or would they call that a loss because I didn't win? Poor Jake Cruz says sportsbook ate his lunch this week. That's never good.
Yeah. If you picked them to win, they take your money. That's double zeros. The tie is double zeros, man.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's no good. That would have broke my heart too, because they had it. They were ahead most of the game. I was like, come on. Oh, if I was Teddy, I wouldn't have tried to make that tackle either. Yeah, exactly. He made a business decision, and it was the right one. Believe that. You know, man, you don't want to get in front of that. You don't want to bust that arm up. Be the next Baker out there. Oh, steady Teddy, it's time to kick rocks. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, has he been hurt or what's up? He says you can push depending on depending on what sports book you're in. Christian Oles. Oh, he said he's been getting a little roughed up in the betting too. Oh, it can be that way sometimes. Absolutely, it gets rough. Oh, the Titans are 8-2. Are they as good as their record shows, or is reality about to come crashing in on them?
I don't know. Like, I'm gonna say they are not, just because I'll be happy either way. Like, I don't.
The announcers jinxed them,
dude. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Here's the thing. I don't like when you shit on a team like for a whole year. They lose 2 games. Yeah, one to the Jets, like, but the other one's to the Cardinals. Like right. every year, a really bad team beats a good team. Every year.
It's football. There's a lot of parity these days.
And so you shit on them for like 5 weeks, and then they're like, oh, well, you know, maybe they're okay. Like and then I don't like that. Like in a 2-week period, you're like, damn, they're great. Dude, 2 weeks ago, you were being like, well, you know, this should be an easy win for Kansas City or whatever. Get the hell out of here. I hate that. I don't like that. I don't like people acting like they knew what they were talking about after the fact. Like we don't remember, us Titan fans don't remember you guys talking shit for like the past 5 weeks.
Believe, as a Seattle fan, heard it all the time, and then Seattle just go out and win week after week, back before they became like, you know, known as, you know, a better team when they're first on the climb, and week after week, just all the analysis in there, just talking smack. I was like, where's that big plate of crow after we win the Super Bowl? We never lost like you said we were. We never got punted. Hey, come on, where's it at? And they just act like they never said nothing. Just keep it moving. I hate fantasy analysts are like that too. I can't stand some of them, man. They're like, they go literally like 2 for 30 in their picks, and all they want to talk about the next week is the 2 they got right. Like they act like the other 28 of them, like that never happened. Like that was nothing. Like,
here's our rankings. Oh, no, I read that in reverse order. My bad. Like, that's the thing. Here's our rankings. I don't rank nobody like that. I'm not brave enough to do that. I'm not. I mean, I'll say who I think, but I ain't going to be like, this person's going to outscore this person. That's why I always tell you, don't listen to me. If anybody's watching is like, hey, this guy was right about stuff. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot.
Oh, looks like Jake has hit enough to be up on the air, so it's good to see that. LA Rams going to find it. The chemistry is off. I think the Rams will get it going again. What do you think? Yeah. I mean, they got so much talent not to.
I like that freaking arm punt. That was great. You know what I'm talking about? Where OBJ like annihilated the safety.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. You know, Stafford overthrew him by like a mile. I called it. That's an arm punt, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. That was just insane. But, I mean, yeah, they'll get in sync. I mean, they're all reeling a little bit from Bobby Trees being out, but that gets better for sure. Absolutely. I mean, there's just got too much talent. What they need to do is get that run game back in order. They got to figure that out. And as soon as they do, they're elite. They're going to the playoffs. They're going to be all right. They now have the OBJ curse. There's no curse. Our man OBJ is going to – dude, can you believe the timing on that? I mean, just in the stars, the same week – like the same day that OBJ shows up, Bobby Trees goes down for the year. Like, how crazy is that?
Right.
You say right on time? Meant to be?
I don't know if I'd say it's meant to be, but didn't you call that like last week? You were like, oh, yeah, I see him at the Rams. Or maybe you said the Chargers.
I said I gave a couple teams out, but yeah, he'd do all right. I have to go back, but he was on. There's like 5 teams that he wanted. I never heard the list that he wanted, but I gave like 4 teams out that I think he'd be a fit on. I thought they already had too much team. I wouldn't think he'd go to the Rams. I thought they'd be set, but the timing on that is just crazy. Like that's in the stars. Like lose a great talent, get a great talent. Like that's insanity. I didn't realize their wins were against semi-gimmies. They are outscored 58-20 to teams over 500. Who's that talking about? The Titans? I don't think he's talking about the Titans. Because I think they're right. They beat 5 playoff teams. Seattle, Arizona game is big this week. Kyler's still a game time decision. And even if he comes back, is he going to be 100%? But we already know Russ is nowhere near 100%. So I don't know if that's going to be as close as they think. Oh, what do you think about Russ? How's he going to do this week?
I don't know. I seen some shit where they were saying we need to run more. Like that was the Pete Carroll. We need to run more. That was his quote.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I don't know. It would be nice to see him like get Metcalf the ball, and damn, Metcalf getting kicked out of the game
and then coming back in. How crazy was that?
Right? Man, it's wild.
Yeah, they're ridiculous out there. That was insanity. Is Allen Robinson worth rostering again before the bye week? He looked like he was kind of getting back on track. What's going on with him?
I don't know. They're gonna let Fields like not get annihilated.
Like they rest up that Barrow line and maybe teach him how to block again,
or have refs like calling calls. I don't know.
That was so ruthless. I've been crying about that all season, but that was, I think, the most brutal session ever. Like that was ridiculous. That was the worst thing I've seen. You just can't. That guy's. Dude, you're gonna end his career early with that bullshit. If you had to draft a rookie quarterback today, who would it be? Speaking of Justin Fields,
Mac Jones.
After that one game, you're a believer. He's on the uprising, going to keep it moving forward.
He's just pretty steady. Like if I have him in one league. I don't start him or anything, but he's pretty consistent on points. He's not like you could have a Matt Ryan, right? Who's going to get you 40 points sometimes, but other times he's going to get you 3 points. Like this past week. 3 points. That's what he got for a quarterback. That's insane. But insane. Mac Jones, steady at like 17.5 to 25. Like that's where he's been at. He did have like one bad game where he was like 9. But for the most part, 17 points. That's decent. I'll take it.
Absolutely decent. So if you could, who would you start, Mac Jones or Ryan Tannehill? Who would you pick up?
Tannehill.
Tannehill's right there too. He's got a pretty safe floor, but he hasn't exactly been exploding on big games this year.
Don't care. I don't need him to explode on big games. I just don't need him to dud. Like that's I don't want zeros. That's my thing.
Oh my God, we're gonna talk about some zeros here in a little bit, but my God, twice. Are you kidding me? Killing me. Who's the number 1 running back in Tennessee right now?
Your guess is as good as mine. They're really going by committee. Like, I think – I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Peterson didn't look as good.
Our resident Tennessee fan is stumped, folks. So if he
but it's 3 – like, it's just going to be the 3 of them. Like, that's what it's going to be. They're going to be splitting it up 3 every time.
Wouldn't Trevor Lawrence or Fields be good with Belichick and McDaniels as well?
Lawrence would be good with Belichick, but Fields I don't think would.
Too much of a running.
Right. It wouldn't like Cam Newton can run, right? And they didn't use that properly because that's not Bill Belichick's offense. Bill Belichick wants a guy that's just going to throw it into the dirt if he can't get his like dunk pat or like dink and dunks. Okay, that I read 3 people. If I can run the first down and make 2 yards, do that. But if not, throw it into the dirt. Like it doesn't matter. That's what he wants.
Which is just insane, yeah. Jay Cruz says you don't quit growing until 25. Starting these kids at QB is dangerous. It's taking it out, just kind of like with baseball and starting all those young pitchers throwing their arms out early. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. Oh, it's ridiculous. Cam could run. He's a little old. I don't know. He can definitely still run and reach across that goal line when you're inside the 5. That's for sure. Absolutely getting it done. How about starting Flacco this weekend with an LOL behind? I'm glad you put the LOL and the laughy face because that's double funny.
Bro,
I
I'm
don't know. What
starting
do you think?
Flacco. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
He said, I'm putting Flacco in a double quarterback league, maybe. I mean, if you got,
No,
if
you're not even doing it there. You're probably, unless like you don't have one, maybe you do it.
That's what I'm saying. If you got a Murray and he doesn't play or whatever, or
Fucking Murray's killing me.
Or a Jameson, I'll bet he's killing
me. Oh my God, play a game, bro.
You don't want to play in hurt and just getting you 8 points though either. I mean, you start him thinking you're going to get old Murray and he's not really there and he gets you 7.
Well, I don't know. If I lose by 3 because he doesn't play, I'd rather 7 points.
Oh man. So like we were saying earlier, Antonio Gibson looked back to form, and I know it helped having that bye week, like to rest up. But I don't know. There's just no way a shattered shin heals in 10 days, in my opinion. Like I said, do you think he's back set, and you're just with him, huh? You believe it's going to keep going till the end of the season?
No, I think that. But yeah, I think he'll be able to play out the end of the season because it's a pain tolerance thing at this point. But
it's not.
Huh?
Until it's not, and he gets another injury because he's kind of babying it.
Right. But I think that if you don't fucking run him 90% of the time, like that's them. They have to not do that. Like, I don't know how they're going to run it. Like, if they're going to go easier on him, which they probably should until he's like fully back. But I don't know. I think he's good. He's good enough.
Man, is the magic carpet ride over? Cordell Patterson tweaked his ankle, and like, is the return to glory at an end, or you think he'll be back and better than ever in a week or so?
I give him a week or so. Let him, he's gonna come back. They ain't got nobody else. Shit, they got Pitts, but dang.
Who do you go with this week? I mean, is there anybody worth rostering this week in Atlanta?
No, probably not. Maybe Davis.
You think that's what I'm saying? You think he's going to get some more points, or they could go with the old boy? It's like, I don't know.
They're probably going to go with Davis, but I mean, like, I like Davis, and you're probably Pitts because they got to move the ball somewhere, right? And at some point they figure out how to move the ball.
They got that DeForno guy or whatever. I'm backing him up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. They might try to go with him and just leave Davis kind of what he's been doing all season and not feed him the ball. I don't know. I don't know if I want to chance anybody out there in Atlanta this week, especially with
maybe Gage, because maybe they double Pitts. Maybe that opens up Gage. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Your boy's coming off. I mean, in some leagues, he had less than 1 point. I mean, if your quarterback can't give you a point, not a point, like, what are you doing? Oh, it's ridiculous. Speaking of what are you doing, what's going on with your boy, Dalvin Cook? I mean, he's only broke 15 points 3 times this year, and he's only gotten over the 20 marker once. Like, can he even still be considered an elite running back?
Yeah, but shit, he's got to earn. Yeah. He was hurt. We'll give him that a couple games, but come on, man.
Dude. Some people picked him up as a number 1, definitely a number 2. I mean, no more than a number 3. And what has he done for you lately?
Right. None.
I mean, is he going to get better, or is he just done? I mean, is he over? Like, is he just
man,
wrapped up with what's going on off the field? Like, what's happening with this man? Didn't he have like 3 shots at a touchdown? I mean, just what are you doing?
Right, but there's also scheme stuff to it. If you watched the game, he is kind of like, you wouldn't think it. You would think that he's like off tackle running back, but that's not what he is. He's an inside the tackle running back. And they're like, I don't know. They haven't been using him right in some ways. Like, him and Madison are different. Madison, you can give like off tackle stuff, and that's his thing. Dalvin Cook's a one cut back, a one cut or no cut back. Like, that's what he is.
Oh, he's a downhill runner, yeah.
That's what you do, and you have to use him that way. So I don't know. My opinion doesn't really matter on this because I like Dalvin Cook because he went to Florida State. So you shouldn't like count anything to like what I say. I'm just biased.
Christian Olsen bets that Cook's going to have a good game against the Pack this weekend. Man, that Packer defense is tough, man. I don't know.
Speaking of Packers.
What's that?
Dylan, man. You got Dylan. Who said that? Me? Early? Right. Week 2? I was like, damn. I was like, fucking Dylan, man. He looks serious.
Well, I might have put the moots on it, so be careful with Dylan this week because the 1 week I've started Dylan this week, I mean, I'm 9-1. I can't complain, but the 1 week that I started Dylan, he got me, 1.75 points. Or no, negative, I think. He got me negative 1.75 points. So, yeah, the 1 week I started Dylan, he got me negative points. So, let's fingers crossed we didn't put the moot on him. But, yeah, Dylan could go nuts. And that's the other thing. You know, when all the announcers and everybody's like, oh, he's going to be the best. He's going to go great. That's usually when a player flops.
Right.
So be careful of that, too. Does Tua start this week? Absolutely, Tua starts this week, and he smashes on the Jets. Big believer in that. What do you think? Do you think
they get beat by the Jets? They get beat by the Jets no matter who's starting. Jets coming in there. Michael Carter's going to have 128 yards and 2 touchdowns.
On my bench.
Yeah.
I can't start him.
128, 2 touchdowns. It's going to be insane. And they're going to be like, who's Ty Johnson? this Michael Carter dude.
Oh, I mean, with Flacco, he doesn't really pass to him. I mean, he's a big receiving back, and Joey Flacco doesn't really pass to running backs. So I don't know. He's going to have to do it all on the ground.
He will, because Joe Flacco can't launch the ball out there anymore.
I mean, maybe, yeah, he'll dump it off to the tight end. Pick of the week, the Jets tight end this week.
Right.
That's a big pickup. Oh, my God. Dalton Schultz over Gesicki this week. Oh, my God. I have that same problem. I had both of them on my team, and I just finally dumped Schultz. So, I don't know. I think with Galloway back, Galloway back, he's done. I don't know. Oh, man, is Dalton Schultz droppable, or do you think he's going to come back and be a decent tight end for the rest of the season?
I think he's going to be decent. You're don't make a snap judgment based on, like, a couple weeks, because one of those weeks was Denver where Dak Prescott didn't score any touchdowns. They got, like, shut out by the Denver Broncos. Like, let's be serious for a second. Like, Dak was not doing anything. Dak was in the single digits, right down there with Matt Ryan this past week against Denver. So we got to blame him a little bit.
I don't know. It might have been the thing, and again, it could just be me putting the moots on it. But I've started Gesicki exactly 2 times this year. Started him twice, and in both points, guess what the combined points are?
What?
0.
Ooh.
0 points with 2 starts with this. 2 starts with an NFL fantasy player. Both games I started him. Dude, that's my Crimea River this week. Are you kidding me? I gave you 2 chances. I picked you up twice. I started you twice. And so far, you've given me a net production of 0 points. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's almost impossible to do.
Right. I don't know how you did it. That's amazing.
Blasphemer. I'm telling you, Gesicki is not my guy. Me and him are not meshing this year, Jake. I'm sorry, but he's killing me. Oh, this week Dallas was up by a lot early, and then they ran and milked the clock this week. My man Zeke was doing it too. And that's what I'm saying. Like, who do you start? Who would you start? James Robinson or your boy you were just talking about? Carter. Mike Carter.
Or I'd start Robinson still.
You still start Robinson over the Jets running back? Even though he's going to have 2 touchdowns and 100 and some yards?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't count on that. The Dolphins are terrible, but like,
hey, easy now.
The Dolphins are terrible. They're right there with the Jets, so you never know. Yeah, you never know.
Oh, I mean, the Jets beat the Titans. Miami beat the New England Patriots, and the Baltimore Ravens.
always beats the Patriots. Like that's not even a thing.
Always, but they battle for sure.
I don't know nothing about it, but they always win in Miami.
They used to give Brady a run for his money.
Yeah, look up Brady's record in Miami. I bet he's under 500. I would be willing to bet he's
close.
He's about under 500 in Miami. I don't know why. That's like the team he always loses to. I'm like,
speaking of, if we're going to talk about Tom Brady, we might as well get into that segment, QB or not QB. Back-to-back games, Brady has not looked great. Like, is he going to get back on track, or is his age starting to catch up with him as the season goes on?
I'm sure he'll get back on track. Like, he had been throwing to Brown a lot, so you lose Brown, you lose Gronk.
His safety nets.
Right. So now it's just, I don't know. Godwin had 2 drops that like things he would normally catch. The one, man, that was close to a pick. Like that was almost a crazy interception. But I don't know. A lot of it you can't blame on Brady, but dang.
I don't know. Somebody called that a little bit early saying sell him now, sell high. And it seems like he's been on a little downward trend ever since I called that. I mean, was that me?
Oh my God. 2 games in a bye week. 2 games in a bye week is what you're bragging about here.
I said sell high, and it has been on a downward trend since, is all I'm saying. We'll
like he can't. He's not going to sustain 5 touchdowns a week, 4 or 5 touchdowns a week. That's not sustainable, but he's going to be productive.
We'll see. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I said, I mean, age catches up with everybody. I don't care how much kale you drink. Oh man, what's going on with Justin Herbert? 52 points one week and then 13 the next. Like, what can we expect from this guy moving forward?
I don't know. I like Herbert's my favorite quarterback right now. I mean, not fantasy wise, but man, he makes me feel old. I like looking at him like, dang, he still got pimples on his face. Like he just hit puberty. He looks like he's 14. I'm like, damn, I feel old watching this. It's amazing. It brings into perspective, like, you know, just because these people are giants doesn't mean they're like old men like we are.
Oh man, old boy on the Jets too. He looks like he's still in high school. Like, yeah, it's crazy how young some of these kids are coming out. It's
right.
Nuts. You got to remember, like they literally are basically still kids.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Good.
That's what I'm saying. Like I like Josh Allen watching him play, but Herbert
has got to go.
Right. And you know, I think Herbert will get it back.
Oh, of course he will. He's an elite talent. He's just got to get on track with his receivers, get Allen, and get Mike Williams going again. What's going on with that guy? It's like he's just been off. I mean, has he really just been that hurt and dinged up, or what's going on with him?
I don't know. I hope like they get it together. I offered a trade for Damian Williams for Keenan Allen. In this league, I have James Robinson, Najee Harris, and Damian Williams and Christian McCaffrey. Like those are my running backs. I can only start 2 of them.
Pretty elite, yeah.
But my wide receivers are like Khalif Raymond and
what are you doing? Yeah, you got to trade somebody, man.
Devontae Smith, right? So I'm trying to get Keenan Allen with Damian Williams. We'll see.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good trade, absolutely, especially for you. That's amazing. And that guy, I mean, he just had a good game too. So.
And they have no running backs. Like that person that has that team.
That's a good trade. That sounds like a really good trade. And Jake, my man, we got to let that go. We just can't harp on that forever. I mean, what's done is done. There's no use crying over spilled milk, and we just got to move forward. Is what we got to do. Because I'm with you, but we just got to move forward. This is what it is. Oh man, Patrick Mahomes looked more like his old self this week. Is he back, or was this just a one game or one off in against a bad defense?
No, I think he's realized like, hey, you can't play like this is backyard football all the time. Like at some point, people are gonna figure it out, and they're gonna be like, he keeps trying to impress, and he keeps trying to do it all. Someone's gonna figure it out, and he finally had to play like, I don't know. The best way to call it is Tom Brady football. Like you have to do the short ones, You have to do all the right passes. You have to get the run game. You have to check down, and then you can throw it deep. Like I liked it.
It was good, but I mean, that was a bad defense. Who is he going to throw to? He's going to throw to Kelsey and he's going to throw to Hill. How the hell are those two guys always so open? Like just time and time again. What, dude? I mean, I get the one time when in the end zone in the 5-yard line, he burned you, he dipped in, and then I mean he's really quick and fast. You can't cover that, so of course he's going to be open there. But on Hill's second touchdown, dude, you're within 3 yards. How is there nobody within 7 yards of this man in the end zone coming across the back? Like
Right.
You're on the 3-yard line. You're all bunched up. How is nobody within 7 yards of Hill and just giving him that wide open touchdown in the back of the end zone? It blows my mind.
I always think that, like with Kelsey, like how is Kelsey ever open? Shit drives me nuts.
Oh, time and time again, especially when you're playing him and you just see him like, he's going to Kelsey. And dude, I mean, these other Mercole Hardman is not going to beat you. Pringle is not going to beat you. Put 2 people on Kelsey, put 2 people on Hill and shut them down. Like, is it really?
That's what happened. That's what they were doing. That's why Pringle's out there scoring points. That was the thing. He was like, okay, you're going to double cover them. The safeties are going to cheat this way. I'll throw it to Pringle.
Dude, you might get one here and there like they did, but shut those 2 down and watch how many games you win against the Chiefs. It just blows me away. How is Kelsey open time and time again? He's a good route runner. He's not that great. Not to be 5 yards open in all directions across the middle of the damn field.
Right.
Like, what the hell is going on here, man? It boggles my mind. Like when they throw it to him and you can't even see a different colored jersey in the camera shot. It's like, what?
I think he just tricks people. Like even when you see him, he catches the ball in the middle. He runs like he's a fullback, like not hitting people. But you ever see how fullbacks carry the ball? Like they carry it like this. That's what Kelsey does. You ever watch him running down it doesn't matter if nobody's within 10 feet of him. He's like,
he's protecting that ball.
Right? He's got his head down, everything tucked. I'm like,
he's going over the middle. So yeah, that's just muscle memory.
I know. I'm thinking that's got to throw people covering him off, like a safety or a corner covering him's like, dude, this guy that runs like that, that's who I'm covering. Okay, I can catch up to him. No time.
I don't know. It just blows me away that time and time again. So no, Cam's back, and it looks like he's going to be the starter this week. Is he worth a spot on your roster?
If you're in a 2-quarterback league, yes.
That's about the only way, not in a 1-quarterback league.
Nah, I think quarterbacks are too undervalued in those type of leagues. So there's better quarterbacks. Like even if you're on a 12-team league, he's not a top 12 quarterback. Probably not. I don't think, at least.
Probably not. I don't even think, top 13 even. I don't think he's just out. But I don't know. He might come back in and just sink in. But again, will it be sustainable? Peter Griffin trying to soften the blow. That's awesome. Oh, man, Ryan Tannehill, 8-2, but he's not exactly lighting up fantasy scoreboards. Like, how do you view him as rest of season fantasy quarterback?
I like him. Whatever. He's consistent. Low floor. Ceiling's not the highest, but he can blow up sometimes. He'll get you a rushing touchdown here or there. Boom. Like, you can't complain about consistency.
That's true. I feel you. Absolutely. And speaking of consistent, Trevor Simeon, he's got 20 points and 24 points in his last 2 starts for the Saints. Can he be trusted as a startable player, or is it all an illusion ready to crash back to reality?
I mean, you only have a couple games to go off of. So to be fair, like you don't know for sure, but I mean, consistency. So far, like if you don't have many options, run with him. Why not?
I mean, he's been better than most, and like I said, back-to-back games over 20 points. He's heading in the right direction, and I don't know. They're not going to have Kamara this week, but it looks like Mark Ingram kind of picks right up where he left off. So I don't know. Mark Ingram looks revived out there in New Orleans.
Hey, see what they can do.
I'm with you, Jay Cruz, man. It's been a rough year for Tannehill, but I think I'm starting him this week over Hurts. So I'm actually starting him against Houston, and going to see if we can't take it. He's been running in some touchdowns, so he's been saving some games with his legs. I'm actually running with him over Hurts this week. So let's get it on. Let's go Tannehill. I think this could be a great week for him. I mean, the matchup is there. Let's do it. Oh, man, like I said, shipping or receiving, we already talked about it. Crazy timing in LA. OBJ comes in and Woods just goes out in the same day. Just crazy coincidence. That is just too wild to imagine. I don't know. Are we going to get any kind of form of the old school OBJ out there, or is he just going to be kind of a hit and miss, kind of just a low floor? If you really need him, put him in as your flex.
Dude, I don't even think he's a low floor. He can pop a 0. OBJ can catch a 0 as much as
maybe for Baker, but for the Rams,
dude, he's catching 0s. He's gonna be like Mike Evans out there. Like sometimes he's gonna get you a bunch of points. Sometimes he's gonna bust you with a couple of 0s. Like that's all I can say. He's not Chris Godwin. Like that. I don't know. He has a low floor. His floor is 0. He's on the ground. He's on the ground for it. His floor is 0. So I wouldn't say someone with the low floor. Like he might have a high ceiling, but he ain't got a low floor.
Oh, there you go, Peter Griffin. Just got your picks in there. We're about to get ours here in a second. But yeah, that is, I don't know. He's dangerous, but I don't know. He could actually have, I mean, his boom games could be big. Like if him and what's his face hook up, they could have a monster game together.
Good.
So yeah, it's going to be crazy. It could, but not necessarily going to.
I'm just saying, like he could have 0s. Like I think he has the potential to do all right.
I mean, Stafford could just light it up one night. They get back in sync, and all of a sudden he has a Cooper Kupp type numbers. It could be crazy.
Right.
After finally getting his first TD, is Jacoby Myers worth a starting spot on your roster?
Like I said, I started him out of necessity this past week. So,
are you going to do it on purpose this week?
No.
He's like, I'm not a believer.
I mean, he's decent. Like that's if he got 1 touchdown. But he does, if you're PPR, he gets a few catches. Like he gets yards. His whole problem was no touchdowns. So if he can consistently get touchdowns, hey, he's worth the starting spot.
Get it in. Oh, man. So speaking of starting spots, we touched on it. But before the bye week, Allen was looking good. I mean, you think those Bears lines are going to hold up? Is Robinson worth starting this week?
Yeah, you're probably going to start him, right? Like, depending on how strong your team is. Someone like me who went in most of my leagues very running back heavy, yes, I am starting Allen Robinson. Oh, shit, I'm starting Darnell Mooney. I don't have much choice.
Is anyone keeping track of our league? Do we know who the point leader is? Oh, the one in the thing? Yeah, absolutely.
It ain't me, I'll tell you that.
I don't know if I have it. God, I wish I could share this. I got to be able to do this.
I could look
but,
it up.
Yeah, I have it. I don't have it added up, but I have it. I can just run through yours real quick. Week 1 through week 7. The way the point system goes, you got 2, 8, 9, 2, 4, 9, and 9. So you're actually crushing 3 second places. Andy's got 8, 3, 6, 4, 7, 5, 7. I've got 6, 4, 7, 5, 10, 6, and 3. And I don't think. Oh yeah, Peter's not in that one. So yeah, that's the 3 of us. But yeah, I'm absolutely keeping score, and we will figure that out by the end of the year and see who actually won it. So yep, absolutely keeping score, Jake. Oh show. Oh man, and then bringing it back. Oh, like it's already told everybody.
Okay.
What's that?
So it's Beasts, Chad, JD, DJ, Jake, me, Wayne, Justin, and Caramel and Adrian. So those 2, I think, have stopped playing.
Well, Caramel didn't do it 1 week, and he's back in it. That's my boy Ed. But yeah, Adrian, he had his son running it, and I think I don't know, maybe he didn't understand it or like it. But yeah, I think he's just not doing it. But yeah, everybody else is in. The other 9 are all legit scores, and that's how it's been running every week. So yeah, it's been
Beast, whoever that is, they got a pretty good lead over the next place person.
That's the commissioner of my other league that I'm in.
He's got about 50 points on everybody else.
He knows what he's doing. He puts a lot of effort into it. So yeah, he definitely knows what's up. He's going to be tough to beat. Oh, but I'm just ahead of you and Jake, so I'm feeling good. Life's good. Oh,
I got to figure out which league I'm going to copy the thing of this week. That's my whole thing. That's what I do. If I can afford it, I copy the person I'm playing. And, yeah, that's what I'm going to do again.
Beast every week. Yep, he does it tough. Like I said, that's commissioned by other league. He knows what he's doing. Absolutely. Oh, and if I'd have just started Eli Mitchell over Khalil Herbert, I would have beat him. I was so mad about that. Anyway, that game can come back to haunt me. Who'd you have off the wire? Who was your favorite off the wire watch this week? Who'd you like off waivers?
If you were in a 10 team, I don't know. I didn't pick up anybody. I wasn't about it this week.
I mean, they have some guys. It's just they're all just low floors, and I mean, maybe one of them might bust for over double digits. But
if you're on a 10 team, maybe you could have got Dylan.
AJ Jones could have been out there. Yeah.
If you're in a 2-quarterback league, you could have got Cam. Like that's an okay one. I wasn't about it this week.
He said not this week. I just got your picks, Jake. You're good. Got those in. Yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of. I mean, there might be somebody. I mean, like I said, if you could get AJ Dillon, that's obviously the smash of the week. But Wayne Gallman, Ramondre Stevenson, but I don't know. It looks like Harrison just cleared waivers, so Harris always seems to be the main guy out there in New England. So, but even with Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, I mean, he still scored over 100 yards and. He's definitely a viable option. Matt Breida, I mean, he just came out of nowhere out there in Buffalo. I don't know what's going on with him, but, I mean, if you're in desperation mode, he might be an option for you. Like I said, my pick of the week is Robbie Anderson. Man, him and Cam are just about to do it and just blow up the world. If you need a quarterback, I think Tua's probably the biggest guy out there on the thing. And then this Deontay Foreman, nobody knows, but I don't know. He might just be the desperation cry of the week.
Right.
Oh, speaking of cry, what's your cry me a river?
That I didn't start Damian Williams in 2 leagues. One was on an accident and one was on purpose. And the one on purpose was the one that really screwed me. Once again, I lost by narrow margin, and it would have been easy if I would pick any person literally on my bench. I would have won.
So ruthless. Oh, you gotta hate those weeks. Speaking of ruthless, we got some big games this week. You're playing the number 2 guy in the league, and I'm the number 1 guy in the league, and I'm actually scheduled to lose. So it's gonna be a tough week this week.
Matt, do I gamble with Jerry Jeudy?
You said this is his week to have the blow up. Are you gonna go off your own advice?
Yeah. Am I gonna bench CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson? Probably not. We don't have a flex position. If we had a flex, dude, I'm putting in Jerry Jeudy, but we don't.
Oh, man, that was just ruthless. Oh, like I said, my Crimea River, I already talked about it for the second time this year. I started Mike Gesicki, and for the second time this year, he netted me at 0 points. An absolute goose egg. I could not believe it. Like, I finally think I have a startable Dolphin, and back-to-back goose eggs. Just dagger to the heart. I cannot believe it. What? Give me a break. Give me a break. Come on, Gesicki. Back-to-back zeros. You couldn't do that if you tried. Just ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. All right, time to get our picks in. For everybody else, I want to thank you for coming through. Now we're just me and Andy are going to get our picks in for this week and see if we can actually do a little bit better than 50-50. Oh, my goodness. Rough couple of weeks, man. Oh, nothing easy. Nothing easy. Whoa, why is that so big? Oh, well, deal with that later. And let's see, who we going first? Looks like on Thursday night we got the Patriots against the Falcons. Man, tough to go against the Patriots, but it's been dirty 3 weeks in a row. But 3 weeks in a row they've got me wins, so I got to go with the Patriots there.
Me too.
Oh, New England, I hate it, but got to do it. And then it looks like I need to pull this over a little bit. All right, then we got the Ravens versus the Bears. Oh, man, the Ravens coming off an ugly game. They got to get right, don't they?
Right.
You going Ravens?
Yeah.
And then it looks like we have the Lions versus the Browns. Man, the Lions have got to win one. I'm doing it one more again. Let's go, Detroit.
Nah, I'm going Browns.
You going Browns?
Oh, man, we should have talked about Landry.
Oh, what do you get it in? What's going on with Landry?
I just want. I mean, you ain't got Odell, Peoples Jones, and Landry, right? Like that's what you got over there. Who do you like better, Peoples Jones or Landry?
I mean, you want to say Landry, but he looks awful. I don't know. I mean, Landry, what happened? If he goes
started out great.
Yeah, if he gets out of Cleveland, he might be great again. But I don't know. I don't like it. Baker's just busted up, and I don't know. I'm certainly not picking Peoples Jones. It's just like a lose-lose situation. But I mean, you got to go Landry, right?
Probably.
Oh, just ugly. Houston Texans, the Titans. Are you really picking against your boys this week?
I sure am.
I sure am.
Tyrod Taylor about to go off.
Oh yeah, I think that is done. That poor guy. He just got nothing to go off with. Hard to go into a fight with no weapons. Oh man, and then we got the Colts and the Bills.
Ooh, I like this one, but I think the Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills. I like I think the Colts are strong though, but
Wentz is looking good out there, man. He's looking great. It's gonna be tough. What about the Washington football team versus the Panthers? I'm going football team.
Yeah, I'll go Panthers. What'd they say about Chase Young? It looked like a freaking ACL or something.
Yeah, he's done. He's out. That's not going to be good. That's a big hurt, but I don't know. I just think they get right. I'm just ready for McLaurin to go off. I'm ready for old boy to come back. I mean, just what a dagger out there. Washington football team's got it rough. So we need to bring him back. Miami Dolphins or the Jets. You know, I'm going Miami.
I'm going Jets. Michael Carter going to go off, man.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Oh, we got what? The Packers and the Vikings? I'm going to go Green Bay.
All right, I'll take the Vikings on this one.
Ooh, Minnesota. And let's see, we got New Orleans and the Eagles. I'm going to go Eagles.
All right, I'll go Saints.
New Orleans, man, they've been doing it. I don't know. No Kamara this week, though. I don't know. You think they got a chance?
Yep. Against the Eagles?
Against the Eagles, yep. Oh, San Fran against Jacksonville. I'm going San Fran.
I'll go San Francisco, too. I would like to go against Jacksonville and have James Robinson go for a bajillion, but probably not going to happen.
Oh, I don't know why, but I'm taking Las Vegas over Cincinnati.
Ooh, that's a good one, but I think Cincinnati wins it.
I kind of do too, but I'm still going. I don't know. After that game, I just think Carr might go off next week. Because he did. They were horrible last week. Cowboys versus the Chiefs. I'm going to take Dallas.
I'll take the Chiefs on it. Although I really think Dallas, I'm just going against you. I think Dallas has a great defense and offense, so.
That'd be good. Oh, the Cardinals against the Hawks. Whoa, it's so rough, but let's go Hawks. Come on, Seattle.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm giving you that one. And the Steelers and the Chargers. The Chargers got to get right at some point. Let's go Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
Got to get right at some point. And on Monday night, it's going to be the Giants versus Tampa Bay. I'm going Tampa Bay.
I'll go Tampa Bay as well.
There we go. We got enough for right and wrong, and I'll get it in. Oh, looks like it's going to be close with everybody again this week. And like I said, hopefully we can get back over that 50-50 mark. Oh, man, so that's going to do it for us, Fantasy Fruit Loop style. Any last things you want to get in? Any knowledge tips you want to drop on the people before we get out of here?
I have no knowledge or tips. Tip is don't listen to me. If DJ wants to say, hey, listen to me and how awesome I am, dude, y'all go ahead. DJ, that's your dude. It ain't me. Don't listen to me. I'm in like 6th place in a league of people where 2 people aren't even playing.
Well, I'm 9-1, and we're going to try to keep that train rolling. What's up, Fandom D saying? I see you out there. Oh, I know you love some fantasy football. But we'll be getting back into it. Jake says, I took the Miami defense in our league this week. Yeah, I got Miami in my other league for this week. They've been punishing, man. They've been crushing like 17 points a game the last couple of weeks. So nothing wrong with the Miami defense against the Jets. And with Flacco coming in, he could come in and throw 5 interceptions. So
good
defense all day.
That ain't gonna stop Michael Carter from going off though.
One of my leagues, and counting on Kyler Murray to get me 20-ish. If he's out, I'm losing by 20. Oh yeah, that could be a little rough. I would not want to have to. I would not want to rely on him.
I'm with you in 2 leagues. I'm with you.
There you go, Peter Griffin. Keep that eye out. We called it here first. If he does it, you already know. Oh, man. So that's going to do it for us. I hope everybody has an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. And with all your games, good luck. Let's get another win.